the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the Riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left door man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. There's this movie that I think you'll like. Guy decides to quit his job and heads to New York City. This cowboy is running from himself. She's been ribbing on the highest shelf. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the Riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I get a lump in my throat 'cause you're sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear that she is destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the Riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I get a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. The lady, running down to the Riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I get a lump in my throat that you're gonna sing the words wrong. Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Riptide by Vance. Joy on guitar. Of course, the original version is played on ukulele, a baritone ukulele. I've got a lesson on that as well. I literally just filmed it, so if you want to play it on ukulele, you might want to check that out. Cool thing though here is the baritone ukulele is actually tuned the same as the thinnest 4 strings. So if you've learned it on ukulele, you're kind of using almost the same shapes. Same if you've learned it on guitar and you find yourself with a ukulele in your hands, you're probably going to be able to get those shapes right away. So the baritone ukulele, same as the thinnest 4 strings of the guitar. So you just imagine if you're playing the ukulele that you're playing the guitar but the bottom 2 strings are missing, and you can use all of those same chord shapes. It's a relatively easy song to play. Most of it is 3 chords up until the bridge. Then we got this kind of little riff, which doesn't sound as good on guitar. It sounds better on ukulele, but hey, we're going to check it out anyway. There's an additional chord that we learned that we need for the bridge. It's only an 8-bar sequence. There's a few other chord little variations you can pop in there or choose not to. If you want to keep it nice and simple for yourself, that works as well. Then you're through to the outro, which is going back to that original chord sequence. A little bit of for most people, it's going to be like, oh, the bridge is coming, you got that riff, it's a little bit difficult, then those new chords, and then, yeah, you're out, and you can get back to enjoying yourself again. This is a great one for playing at the barbecue. Lots of people like singing along with this one, so definitely great for ukulele or guitar. Personally, I always prefer a ukulele to take to a party. With guitar, there's all this pressure involved, and like, hey, people expect you to be able to do something. On the ukulele, no one expects you to do any more than have a bit of a laugh with it. So if you haven't tried ukulele before, I'd definitely check it out. It's a really good, fun little instrument. Anyway, back to guitar. Let's check out the chords for this song. So the chords that we need for this are pretty standard ones. A minor and a G. There's lots of different fingerings for the G. I'll explain why I think that probably the 3rd and 4th finger one is the best one in this particular instance. And the C chord. If you're struggling with the chord shapes, you don't know how to play them, head on over to the website. There's lessons on all of the chords. All of these are covered as part of my beginner's course. I'm not going to go through all of the details about those chords in this very lesson. Hoping that you'll be able to figure them out from that. So we've got A minor for 1 bar, G for 1 bar. Now, and again, I'll talk about this, the reasoning now for this particular finger. It's just the 3rd finger playing the thicker string and muting the 5th string a little finger down. It just makes the transition to the C chord really easy. You can see I don't have to do much movement with my actual hand. This part here, it's not having to do a whole lot of movement. Whereas as soon as I go to the G, now I have to re-finger. So it's gone from here, thumb is having to move, that part of my hand has to move down, and then back again. And then move again and back. Whereas this one, I don't have to do anything. Look, little finger's already hanging about there. Really easy to play it that way. So that would be the fingering that I'd recommend for those chords. And those 3 chords are what you're going to use for the whole first part of the song. There's a couple of stops in it. But what I want to talk about next is the rhythm. So the rhythm is pretty consistent through this song. You could play other rhythm patterns if you want. I'd recommend that you start with just like muting the strings and getting the rhythm pattern right. It's going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the key thing here is that you're keeping that hand moving, right? Really important. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4. And when we get up to kind of tempo, key thing here is making it feel nice and relaxed. A song like this, you can't be playing it while you're all tense. If you're like, even if you're getting it right, it's not going to feel right. Okay, so somebody listening to you is going to be like, yeah, it just doesn't kind of work nice. So you really want to be thinking nice, relaxed groove, trying to keep your whole forearm kind of flicky, super relaxed. This doing the muted strumming thing's a really good idea. Again, playing along with the original recording like this. Just getting used to the feeling of the rhythm, getting used to the tempo as well. I must admit, for me, this is one of those songs where I tend to try and play it faster than it should be. It's actually fairly slow, and playing along with the original recording is like, it's got this kind of pretty laid back kind of a groove about it, and I find myself speeding up in this song. It's something I'm still working on because I shouldn't. It should just sit in the pocket, but for some reason I keep on wanting to speed it up. So that might be a problem for you as well. So try and, again, practicing along with the record will really help with doing that. There's some other tricks as well we'll talk about in another video. Bar breaks, really good exercise, but that's not for here. So once you've got the rhythm sorted out and you know what the chords are, then you're going to put them together. But again, I'd recommend you do it slowly, first of all. What you don't want to do is stop the strumming. Once you've decided to add the strumming in, you don't want to stop it, right? You don't want to go... Nah. If you start strumming and the chord goes wrong, just try and keep going, even if it's wrong. You really want to try and keep that going all the time. Trying to keep that rhythm. Okay? Trying to not let the rhythm go astray once you start. So, you've got the chords. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Now, if you're going to sing, you need to get that part kind of automated. So you don't have to think about it too much, because the lyrics it's pretty wordy, right? There's some interesting kind of phrases as well. So I'm trying to do it a little quieter so you can hear me, but you can get that I can talk to you about the rhythm. I'm not really having to think about the song that much. Right? That's just going along. You know, I'm not a great singer, so when I'm playing I have to really think about my pitching and my phrasing and stuff. So I need to get this guitar part automated, and that's just practice, repetition, and then trying to distract yourself so you get used to being able to play and thinking about something else, like you're singing. Really good exercise. So it plays through this progression twice at the beginning. I think it's twice. And then, I was scared of dentists in the sea. A minor, a G chord, and then C in conversations. A minor, my G's a turning C. You're the A minor, a G chord in the C. A minor, G, C, and A minor, G, and then C with a stop. Chorus, same chords again now, nothing else going different, it's the same chords over and over again. That's not a criticism of the song, by the way, I think it's a great tune. Melody's really strong too now. Coming up to the end of the chorus, that's not on the record. There's this movie that I think you'll like. If you're playing it on your own, try and drop it down there a little bit. Conversation, this cowboy is running from himself. Just gives a bit of dynamic. If you're doing the same all the way through, it just gets a bit boring. C. There's another stop coming up. A minor, G, C the stop. Second chorus, taken away for A minor. G chord wants to be a C chord man. I A minor you when you're G'ing that C chord. I gotta jump in my A minor, cause G is gonna sing the C chord wrong. Okay, now there's this new little bit we got going into the bridge. So up to now, just 3 chords, pretty simple rhythm. You do want to pay attention to those places where it stops and just lets the chord ring out. And do think a little bit about the dynamic. You really don't want it to be like the same rhythm, the same chords all of the way through, because people will just go to sleep. So try and stay aware of that a little bit too. So the bridgy part, the easiest way to think of it is start with an A minor chord, lift off your third finger, so it's kind of like an A minor 7, I guess. Little finger then goes down on the 3rd fret of the thinnest string. You're going to play the 4th string open and then hammer 2nd finger down. And then play it again. So open D, hammer, play, and then you're going to play this thinner string, then the 2nd string, and then the 4th string. Pick, hammer, pick, thinner string, 2nd string, 4th string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now it doesn't sound as good on guitar because on a ukulele the D string is up 1 octave, so it has a very different kind of a flavour when you play it that way, but you know, kind of works. Now for the bridge chords, it's just almost the same chord progression, but it's twice as long on each chord. So you have A minor. Now it's a G sus, most holy of chords, to a regular G. So G sus, again, if you're using your 3rd and 4th fingers as I recommended, you just pop 1st finger down on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. That's G sus, lift it off for the G. So A minor, G sus, to C, 2 bars again. Now it's an F major 7. Ukulele version would just be the thinnest 4 strings. I tend to just use my 3rd finger to play those 2 strings. I don't recommend you getting into doing that if you're new to those sort of things. I also wrap my thumb around to get the bass, but that's not a beginner thing. So if you're struggling, just use the regular F major 7 on the thinnest 4 strings. Don't strum the thickest 2 strings. More advanced players might like to make that a little bit of a fuller sound. And it does that chord progression twice. So you have A minor, I just wanna know, G sus to G, C if you're gonna stay, F major 7 for 2 bars, again, A minor gotta, G sus to G, C, I can't have it any other way. And now it's the verse, but I swear that she is destined for the screen. 1 strum on each one, really important. Closest thing to me shall fight for that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the Riptide. Now, the reason it's so important there to have that little gap is for the dynamics thing again, for the shape of the song. It's really, really important. It's something that a lot of beginner guitar players miss out on. And it's easier. It's giving you a break. It's giving you a rest. So if you start paying attention to the dynamics of the tune when you play, it'll really make a massive step up in your progress, in your development as a guitar player. It'll make it nicer for people to listen to you, which is also important, right? Unless you can just play for yourself, but if you play for yourself and record yourself, you'll feel those dynamics as well. It really makes a difference. So yeah, after that bridge, just single strum. Remembering that tempo as well, don't go coming back in real super fast. Nice and simple. Running away from the riptide. And then you're back into 2 choruses. I think it might actually be 3 choruses, and then the very last line is repeated once. But it's up to you how you're going to sing. How you're going to finish that tune. It's a really, really lovely song. Works, like I said, works great on ukulele, of course, because that's the original one. But I think it works really nicely on guitar as well. There's other ways of playing it with capos and stuff, but being that these are the chord shapes that are used on the ukulele, I think this is the best approach for playing it on the guitar. Yeah, really hope you enjoyed this one. There's loads of ukulele lessons, loads of guitar lessons over on the website. Do go and check it out. This song is also included in the Justin Guitar Lessons and Songs app, which is really cool for those of you who don't want to get into singing, because you can play along with the original recording. Oh, it's not the original recording. You can play along with the backing track, which has a vocal and all of the instrumentation, so it sounds great. It's really good for the vibe that you get when you're playing along. Be like, yeah, I'm playing it with the band. It sounds really good. It's one of those things, like I feel funny like bigging it up, but the app is great for not just for beginners. Anyone who wants to work on their general repertoire and their rhythm, you want to go and check that app out, man. It really, really works. It's great for the rhythm because it stops you stopping. That's that thing I mentioned before about not going. Just sounds terrible. I mean, if you're jamming along with an app or a backing track, you can't do that because it just doesn't stop. It keeps going, right? And then you get lost, and therefore you learn how to keep going all the time and get your rhythm solid. So if those people that learn with the app all the way through, they never have that problem with rhythm that a lot of guys have that didn't learn that way. They got used to this idea of having a little stop between chord changes. Real super bad habit, and a pretty tricky one to kill, right? Once it's in your playing, trying to get rid of it can be a little bit of a challenge. But the trick is backing tracks, right? Get into the backing tracks, check it out, the app. It's got scrolling chords, loads of fancy stuff, tuner and all of those things built in. Go and have a look if you haven't already. There'll be a link in the description or on the website. There's links all over the place these days. Hope you have a fantastic day. You enjoy playing this song, and I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.